Okay, so on to the next job. It came on the recovery track. As you can see here, the two injectors popped out because the bolt that holds the bracket, the two injectors broke off. Let me see here. So that's inside the block there at the moment. It's gonna be a pain to remove. Hello guys, and welcome to another car expose video. So today we have the old girl, the Skoda Superb, and the story is the driver recovered the car here, big bang, said that the engine was blown, and then you probably saw the problem in the last video. So I just removed the two injectors, which is down there, with the two fuel pipes going into it, and I'll just remove these cables out the way, the glow plugs, connector, and here's our problem. So we've got the brackets and I've got the old bolt that broke off. There we go. So that's how much is inside the block there that we need to extract, but the shape that the bolt broke off, we might have a little edge there to work on. It's gonna be quite tricky. Let's see if you can see the bolt there. It's hard to see. That is the bolt that we need to remove. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try a few things. I'm going to try a few things first. Tweezers, pair of pliers. I'm thinking about this thing here, try to spin the bolt, but we'll see. Let me try a few things first. There. No, plan B. Right guys, good news, bolt is drilled out. So as you can see there, nothing in the bolt hole there. Fantastic. So you saw me there with a punch, because I had a little bit of a lip. I tried to undo the bolt and it wouldn't happen. So the plan B was, obviously I tried normal drill, and obviously hits the cover here, and you can't really see when you're drilling down, you can't really see what you're drilling. So I've got this, which I drilled a glow plug that was made up. So I've got a drill bit there and a bit of a rod made up, which I removed the glow plug tip, and the plan was to drill a hole and then try extract with this extracting tool that I have. Now if you look into the head there, so you have the stop part which holds the cam, and then you have the block at the bottom. You can probably appreciate that, but any mess up with this, the whole head's got to come out, and you still have to drill the rest of the bolt out, and I didn't feel that confident. So it was time to call it a day, because if I messed up, it would cause a lot of problem. So I called a local guy that extracts bolts, broken bolts and injectors and glow plugs. His name is Dave. It wasn't very comfortable for me to film it, but I've got his number. I took a shot of his van. He allowed me to take a shot of his van. Thank you very much for the job, Dave. Perfect job, mate, and I really appreciate it. And he extracted the bolts. Yeah, so sometimes working on cars you have to make a decision. Dave is a specialist doing this job for, I believe it's about 25 years. Had all the tools, half an hour, worth every penny. Extended the damage. I just realized the rocker cover, the seals for the injectors, the two injectors that came out broke the seal. So as you can see there, ripped the seal. I just removed this one here, and those shoes are good, because I'm gonna replace that bolt as well, so that doesn't happen. So I'm replacing, I've got 4 seals for the injector, injectors, the copper seals, and I've got 2 new bolts, and I just bought 2 new seals for the rocker cover. And as you can see here, those 2 injectors is 3 and 4, and the 1 and 2 that popped out, you can see it ripped the little seal. So I just bought 2 from TPS, so here they are, and we are going to replace it. So I'm just going to remove the second one. So that is the rest of the seal that ripped off. So I'm just going to remove the second one, and I'll show you what I've done to, obviously this is a plastic cover, a rocker cover, so I'm gonna at least show you what I've done to remove the other one. The best way I found to remove the seal with the pry bar, just go in the corner there, give it a hit, hopefully it's gonna work out this time. There we go. So the seal popped out. So this is the second one. Obviously here, around here is all hard plastic. And yeah, ready. Right, to fit the other 2 new ones. Right, so I'm just gonna apply some silicone around the edge. Pop them in. Do the same with the other one. Right, seated quite well. I'm just gonna give a little tap. I think they're seated all the way now. There they are. The other one. I'm happy with it. It looks just like the other ones. And we're gonna start assembling everything now. Injectors in. One more seal to go in, which is the seal for the actual clump bolts. So there we go. Lovely. So we've got 4 new injector seals here. So I'm just gonna put them on and then fit the injectors. Right, everything clean. There we go, that's down. Right, again, a very gentle tap here. Alright, so it's seated now. With these brackets, you can't really spin them. Alright, so that in all the way. Alright, so these bolts that hold the injector, what you got to do first is, there's a bit of a procedure with them. You have to torque them to 2 Newton meters, then fit the few lines, then torque them up to 7 Newton meters, and then 180 degrees for this bolt. And David, that extracted the other bolt, said he's done loads of this. They break quite often when he's stalling, and sometimes when they're driving as well. My torque range starts at 7 Newton meters, so I'm just going to tighten them by hand. Put a few lines now, and then do the 7 Newton meters and then 180 degrees. So another issue that I had, I couldn't get those pipes to, maybe the wrong way. Yeah, it is. I couldn't get these pipes to, couldn't unbend it, if you know what I mean, if that word exists. So the other one's well bent, and I had to find some second-hand ones. All right, let's nip them up. I nip them up now. So now we do the procedure: 7 Newton meters and then 180 degrees. Right, so that's 7. Right, apologies guys, but I just forgot to press record. So there we go. So that line was up there. So 180 degrees. And that's all done. Just gonna do the other side now. Let's get our bolt. I'm not gonna stop the camera this time so we don't miss anything. Procedure is 2 Newton meters, fuel lines on, 7 Newton meters, 180 degrees, all done. So there you go guys, so all finished, all the connectors in, new return pipe, because one of the return line connector broke off, so I had to replace that. So replace the rocker cover injector seals, 2 lines that was broken, new injector seals as well, and it's all back together, it's ready to start the engine. Right, I checked all the fuel lines, all torqued up. Yeah. Pressure sensor is connected. Alright, so I think that was all the damage. Alright guys, so next day, a bit of a ternary events yesterday. Everything back, I'm just gonna put the engine on. It basically doesn't sound very good. So, put the engine on. And I've been doing some tests. No lights on. I hope the noise comes through. Nothing leaking, no injector leaking. But sounds quite. Sounds a little bit knocky, and I can hear some, I don't know, I can hear some sort of noise going on. First of all, I thought it was like, sound like a bit of a valves problem, timing problem. And as you can see, this paper is really thin. There's not much coming out of the engine here at all. So because I didn't have that much exhaust coming out, this is quite lumpy, quite knocky. Check for codes, no codes. So I decided to check the timing. So I've got the ECU out, and then we are scoping the crank, coming crank signal. So we have the crank on this side, this yellow and lilac. And then we have the cam on this side, green and lilac. Now I'm gonna put it on a screen capture here. All right, so here's my capture, and I'm just gonna try to keep this really simple, guys. I'm a bit green on this sort of stuff, but I think I probably can make it some sense out of it. So we got our crankshaft in blue, channel A, camshaft in red, channel B, and I counted these lobes here on the crankshaft. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the 8th I've got the teeth here on the camshaft. So on the 8th teeth from the crankshaft. Let's go on a known good, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's definitely there's some difference there. It's definitely not the same timing. This is in the same position, and well, let's try to show the degree of difference here. Right, pull this one. Right, so I got 75. Let's go to my capture now. So my capture here now, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull this one. I've got to change this to the ruler to 4, and then I have to change, double click 720 degrees. Right, so I have there pretty much 84 degrees. So what's the difference? 75, 84, so about 9 degrees of difference. So I believe there is some issues here, slightly out of timing. 9 degrees out of timing, and I spoke to the driver yesterday. He said it was making some noises before that, some different noises, some strange noises. So I don't know what happened here. I was thinking about this bolt breaking off when I spoke to David, the specialist that took the thread, the rest of the bolts out of the hole there. He mentioned most of the time when this bolt breaks, it's people fitting it. They over torque the bolt, and the bolt is tapered, it's thin at the bottom where the threads are, and they normally break. But this one actually broke when the car was being driven. So I don't know, did something happen inside the engine where the valves are not operating properly? I'm not getting that much exhaust in the tailpipe at the back there, which is a little bit concerning. So, and it's a little bit knocky, and there's that kind of noise, like it's misfiring. All the injectors are good, they are working properly. So I don't know what came first, the egg or the chicken. I'm not sure. Is the valve not operating properly, and obviously the exhaust goes somewhere, and it was forcing these 2 injectors out, and the bolt broke. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna finish the video here, guys. If something, we're definitely gonna have to look into it, probably open this engine, check the timing, check if there's any valve damage. I wish I had a pressure transducer pressure transducer, because it would be more definite. You could see the valve opening and closing on the waveform. But yeah, I think I'm gonna finish here, guys. At least I show you guys how to put everything back, torque specs, and how the job was done. But yeah, unfortunately it doesn't sound very good. It's a bit weak, and we'll see what happens. If we're gonna have any more, if I get the job to strip this engine and check the time and all that, I'll try to record it, or at least make a video in the end showing how the car is. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any comments, just leave it below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.